Before we go too much further, I just want to say thanks, give a huge shout out to Leif Gray from Quality Lube and Tire in Tubucary, New Mexico, for turning us on to what he calls the bazooka here, this bead blaster, so we can get this job done. Also want to give a huge bunch of thanks and a shout out to Joe Martinez, Head County Land Use in Santa Fe, New Mexico, for being so tolerant and patient with us while we get this done. We should have it knocked out here pretty quick, buddy. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna give it a go.
This is a blast of air to try to...
Again, and again, excuse the wind noise, we still don't have a passenger window. We're making another trip back up there. I've got to stop up here and get some glad handles for the semi airlines. And other than that, we should be good to go. So I'm going up there, I'm going to pick up some more diesel, glad handles, 2 more silicone seals, a few other things. Brought a valve stem removal tool. Still got to get a bead blaster. I'm gonna stop and order one of those here in a minute. Or pick one of those up, a borrowed one here in a minute, and then we're gonna make it up there. Hopefully get those tires to take air. And if they do, then all I gotta do then is use the hydraulics on the trailer, get them up, and the car's running like a dream. I went ahead and leaned it out a little bit on the air, and that took away the flutter and helped the torque and whatnot. So it should be getting a little better gas mileage. We've been fighting like a 30-mile-an-hour wind and going up almost 3,000 feet. So for the last 2 hours, it sucks a lot of fuel. The way home, it shouldn't be too bad though. And then, so yeah, I got a couple of glad handles for the semi airlines. Those are these, for people that don't know, they're these latch-on fittings that you just twist and they're attached and untwist, they come loose. All semis use them. They're those coiled airlines on the back of the cab. So I had to get a couple of those. And the cool thing was I bought an airline the last trip to air the tires that has one of those glad handle hookups on it to get air. And when I got over here to the truck, that component was gone. The airline was in the box, but not that. And I just went to the same truck stop, just took a look, and actually found the missing piece in their bin. So I went to their manager and explained it to him and got that missing piece. So now I have that attachment. Hey, so that's like a little miracle. That's cool. So we'll be getting all that stuff hooked up, getting the outriggers up. So I intend on using the hydraulics, lifting the riggers, putting blocks and rocks under them. And then when it comes time to move it, I'll come back with heavy straps, put a strap under each one and strap them up, because there's no crank on them like a normal truck. These are hydraulic, so with the leaky system, potentially they could come down while it's being hauled, and we can't have that. That would be a bad thing. So look at that background. How beautiful is that? That's some cool stuff. But yeah, so that would be a bad thing if they dropped during the haul. So I'll get those strapped up with real heavy straps, and then just a couple, I think, of little light covers, and everything else seems to be good. I haven't actually aired the trailer yet. Hopefully nothing's chewed, no new air leaks. And the airbags come up and everything, and we get brakes release, and all that goes, and we're ready to haul. Now I just got to find somebody to drive the truck. I've driven them, but I don't feel comfortable driving them. There's a few things I still don't get, so it's been a lot of years. And so I need to really find someone to drive the truck back, take that chance. It's unlicensed, not registered or insured, because New Mexico doesn't have temporary registration or insurance or anything like that. They stopped all that. So state police, Department of Transportation, and DMV all told me, well, just drive it and explain it to the officer if you get pulled over. Okay, literally. You heard it here. I mean, that's literally Department of Motor Vehicles, state police, and Department of Transportation all told me the same thing. And we're gonna take it back to hometown and have it registered as an RV, but they have to inspect it first, and then the trailer as well, because it's never been registered because it was owned by the military before we got it. So it just has a title. It doesn't even actually have a title. It's never actually had a title yet. Just got a bill of sale. So that's where all that stands. So if anybody wants to put over here and drive a semi back for me, it's a cool truck. Just have to drive the tractor. I've already paid a hauler to haul the trailer, so just in case. But yeah, beam me or hit me up, man. That'd be great. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers, my members. I've got a few of those, and my patrons especially. You guys are keeping the internet on and keeping me able to do any real uploads or anything, to be honest with you, because things are so damn tight. So I appreciate that. And if you guys like the content, you don't have to like this content, but if you like the overall content, you know, subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell, because if you don't, subscription's kind of irrelevant. They won't notify you. They may not anyway. We have people removed all the time, so check your subscription, see if you're still subscribed. And if you like any of this, just feel free to hit that like button, because like everybody says, it controls the algorithm. We're throttled like crazy, so that's really the only way we can fight that. Just with you guys. So cool. We're gonna get to the truck. Bead.com. We see the situation over there. See how it goes. Okay, well, made it up here to the truck, and lo and behold, get to see my good buddy, like my best friend, Bob Fenstermaker. So he's just gonna be hanging out here. He's from the area, so he's one of my little local representatives as well. No, but he's been watching the truck, keeping things straight. So got up here today, gonna get to work, and when I got up here, he gave me a nice surprise. I ended up with this guy here, which is just super cool. All metal art. How cool is that? That's from Bob. Couldn't be a nicer guy. But yeah, so we're gonna get this thing fired up. As usual, same thing. Get it to build air. And then we'll start hooking up air lines and shit while it's building air, and by the time it's got air built, then hopefully we can test a few things and get it worked out. Here's the old Eagle. Thing did great. And so first, as usual, is throw batteries in it and get her going. Cool. So as you guys know, whoever watched the previous video, for one, I was missing the glad handle in for this, which is these right here. This is actually one that fell off my hose in the truck stop when I bought it last week or week and a half ago or whatever, and I went back in there, was able to find it laying in there and talked to the manager and got it. So now I have one to go on the hose that I should have had to begin with. And I had to buy 2 more glad handles and some seals for the old one. And then, of course, we couldn't seat the tires, which was the big deal. So this is the beast. I brought it to do the duty right here. We'll do some dirty deeds done dirt cheap. But of course, the fitting they've got to fill is completely wrong. So you may have to get creative on what I do with that. Hopefully I have enough airline parts and air stuff sitting here that I have some fittings. If not, I'm gonna have to go get some, because that's for like like a 1/2 inch or something crazy. And it has a valve on it, so I'll have to pull it there. That's my only outlet. I might be able to screw a hose right into that, which would work. Just be a pain in the butt every time I gotta fill it, but whatever. Cool. Off like a rocket. So I was just looking everywhere to find some form of fitting to go from there to the truck for an air system, because this isn't going to work. Neither is that thread. This is standard, but I could hook an air line directly to the air tank and then blast off it, but for one, I couldn't regulate the pressure, so I don't want to blow that tank all to hell. That's kind of a bad thing. And then as well, I need this air hooked to the tire at the same time I use the bead blaster. But luckily, thanks to Steven, bless his heart, who threw these other patch air lines in, this one has an air fitting on it, which will block air like a valve, and this has a fitting to fill, and this is the fitting to get to our air lines. Through these bells and stuff and through these couplers, I should be able to put together what I need to get air into this thing and hook up lines and the whole 9 yards. So yay, another little blessed miracle for the day. I'll take everyone I can get. Well, this is good.
But I got an LG that's already obsolete. I mean, they stopped making them 5 years ago.
You need time to get a phone.
Yeah, I know.
So this is good. It's nice when people put things together and know what they're doing and don't over tighten and make it where you can't ever get it back apart again. I bought a pipe wrench last time, but I don't think I have one this time. All right, now, I'll have to blow all these lines out real good. See, I should be able to borrow one of these. Two on there. And then this, I'll use this on the tank. Like this. And then I will take this and plug it in like that. Hook that up to the semi, fill it up, unhook it here. That'll shut that valve off automatically. It'll be full of air. Go bead blast the tire. Boom. That'll work. What do you think, Bob?
Thinking if you had the original setup, you could time how fast it's filled up to 90, then you can just clock it when you use it off the hose.
That's true.
Of course, it'll probably just happen quickly.
And then we should be good now. We should be able to fill that tank and
Well, we can time it the first time we fill it.
go pow pretty easy. Yeah. All right, cool. We'll get this thing fired up and then we'll get back. Okay, well, we're going to try it. So we got our pieces fashioned up. First thing, it's going to be a little tricky because we got to connect here, fill this tank, hope it doesn't explode, and then unhook it before we lose air out of that because it leaks a little. We'll have to run over and I'll have to switch this to that red air line over there and then go down there, hook it up, and then try to blast it. So that's the process. So one step at a time. What, do I look nervous?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's go down here. So this one's set up to be used on the ground, so it's flipped over, so it's kind of a bitch to use. Okay, let me go turn on the air. Right back. It is.
Nice.
Oh, it popped down.
Oh, shit.
But hey, we're winning right there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to reset, do the whole thing again, but sweet.
Round 2.
I think we're good that time.
Yay.
All right, sweet. Controlled explosion. Awesome.
Nice.
Ooh, fuck. My ears are ringing. Okay, so now we've gone through and hooked up all the fittings on the airlines that normally would go on there. And we're gonna put air to the trailer. So you can see we got everything all hooked up. These things are goofy being all long. I don't like those. Not used to that, strange. Yeah, so Mr. Bob and I, say hi, Bob. I've got this stuff done. Now we're gonna try to get these outriggers up in the front and in the back. They're hydraulic. I've never put air, I haven't put air to the trailer in a few years. So we're gonna see what happens. The airbag should come up on the back of the truck and lift the truck up a little, or lift the trailer up a little bit, hopefully. And then should be good after that. And then we'll check brakes later. We'll just try to get the trailer to air now. I'm not sure I've got these two airlines on the right one, so that's kind of what we're trying at the moment. All right, so far so good. We hear the hissing. You can hear the creaking. Hopefully we don't hear no explosion or boom, but the airbags are coming up. Mind you, these airbags are from the 80s, so. But everything's coming up so far. Look back here, we've got our outriggers are off the ground because the airbags. And we're gonna try to get them to go up. I might have to do this by possibly putting blocks under and then letting the air out of the airbags and then just bleeding them down and shoving them up, because I don't think they probably won't pick themselves up. This system's been out of service for so long. So I guess it's time to play with the hydraulics. They're kind of weird because it's air over hydraulic system. So this one, you can't read it, but it says up travel, down park. So we're gonna put it in up travel. that bad boy.
Oh yeah. The other side too, yeah.
The other side's already up. All right, those work. Sweet. Now, center for here, travel. So we go like that, and that should lock the fluid system. Now that should lock them to where they don't go down anymore. And we're going to try the front, even though the front's the one that seems to have the horrible leaking issue. Who knows, man? Maybe they'll come up. They do. It's really cool. So, it's already coming up. Now
Yeah.
we got a lock on them.
It's going up.
No, hold on. So.
Yeah, they're down. You can do the nut. Yeah, you can do the nut.
It's leaking like a sieve. Now the nut's locked.
Uh-oh.
That's bad. Alright, we go the other way so it quits leaking.
It's going up now.
Keeping me there. And we'll get the shit off me and I'll figure out. I'm not sure I can break that nut loose. Because we'll have a pipe wrench, and that's hardened steel, so that shit's awful hard.
You think you jammed it?
No, it's just gummed. It's got a ton of crap and dirt from the hydraulic fluid. So it's got all that hydraulic fluid in there and it gummed it up. I think we can deal with it though pretty quick.
All right, we'll be right back.
No idea if this is going to work or not. Maybe. This is what I got. Maybe. Yeah, buddy. Sweet. Nice. How cool is that? All right, now let's see what we can do.
Up she goes.